So
You know what you're up to, not me.
So let me just also follow up on what you said. Look, I personally believe that the communities are going to embrace this program because it adds transparency. I believe that the police officers overwhelmingly support this program as well because it provides transparency. So I don't see any reason why police officers would stand back and say, no, we're not going to wear it. So, and yes, in the back, please, sir.
With regards to the technology,
Yeah.
based on what was indicated, this is obviously new technology here in Nassau County, but it's not new technology throughout the country.
You're absolutely correct.
So my question is this: we are relying on officers to go ahead and turn on the body cams on their own. Is there not technology already in existence where the body cams can turn on automatically on their own during a particular situation? For example, if they come in close proximity with a potential suspect or in a situation?
So you came loaded for bear tonight because you're asking great questions. These are all the questions.
I'm a defense attorney, so.
Okay, all right. So what you're talking about are what they call triggers, not on weapons, but triggers in terms of activation of the device. So there are many different forms. There are some departments where if you pull your weapon or you pull your taser, the camera goes on. There are other technologies in the department where if you exit the vehicle, it goes on. So there are all sorts of triggers. The problem is with the technology. The battery life isn't always sufficient. Because, when you go on patrol, you don't know what the day's going to be like. God forbid you have a mass incident, and now you're called and you're on scene for, 12 hours. Because it's an emergency. Your battery dies. And now you don't have the ability to turn on camera because it's dead. What they found is that when they've looked at all the best practices, because remember, that's how we developed the program, we found that the turning on the program, the camera by your muscle memory was the best way. Because you ensured that the device would continue working. And it's what New York City does. New York City's had this program together, I think it's 20, what?
They started in 2014 and 2015.
And they have not had, but it depends upon the training. And I assure you that Commissioner Ryder is really focused on doing the right policies and the right training, and then the right oversight and discipline should not take. So that was really the evaluation that we did based upon other programs. Fair enough?
I understand, and I understand, with the training and the policies, we all have good intentions. There are always good intentions. However, there are always situations where those good intentions do not come into play. So, as a resident of Nassau County, I pray to God that this program works for the sake of my children and everybody else's children.
Amen.
There must be accountability in the event that it does not work because one officer decided not to turn it on.
But and on that, as you know, there are fewer and fewer situations which if it's something that is very serious, there's only one officer. In other words, you'll have other officers. They may not be on scene immediately, but they will. Their cameras will be. In addition, as we said, this is a surveillance society. Now, those of you who read George Orwell 1984, you may have been, you have concerned about this, but it's a reality. Ring doorbells, right? Cameras up for the lights. There's so much video out there, so it's very unlikely in this day and age, over the course of the police interactions, that there will never be a camera. There will be actually no footage. Now, of course, that can always happen, but it's very unlikely to happen. So I think it's less and less likely that you'll have a situation where an officer decides to not turn on that camera, and something happens and they're able to get away with it. I just don't think that it's just not probable. So, okay, yes, sir.
All the information that is being collected in that camera, it stays in the camera or goes to a yellow computer?
Another great question.
Yellow computer.
So the way this works...
And I would like to know if you go by GPS, just in case you lost the camera or whatever happened, somebody take it, or anything to happen to that camera.
I don't know about the GPS. We can find out what the GPS is on that. But in terms of how the camera works, so it records, and then the recording stays on the camera. They call it locally. It stays locally on the camera. And then when they go and they put it in this dock, it now uploads to the cloud. And then it is collected. I'm not sure the video officers or case officers, but there is a group of individuals that have been hired by the police department to actually go through the video. And then there are supervisors who will audit that video interaction. And of course you have then the district attorney, in some cases,
And internal affairs.
and internal affairs, but the district attorney is going to want to see the video in certain cases as well for prosecutions. So, that's actually the process that has to go. And as I said before, the officers do not have the ability to edit the footage. They do not. Okay?
Just one last point, when the video is being uploaded to the cloud from the docking station, if for some reason the camera has to be removed from the dock, officer gets on calls, something else happens, and it's removed when the camera goes back into the dock, the technology is smart enough to pick the upload from where it left off, so that it'll be continuous and seamless in terms of the upload.
Okay.
You see, normally when we have events, we have questions where people can write on a piece of paper and then we control the questions. No. I wanted this forum to be an open forum because this is a very transparent program. I really believe the way you present food determines whether or not you're going to eat it. Well, look at the way that they're presenting this program, and they're presenting it in a very transparent way, and I am welcome to meet with any community group, organization, individual to explain more details. I would like to, again, remind you of our office phone number, 516-571-6203. I'm very concerned about quality of life issues. If there are quality of life issues you would like to present to one of the POP officers, please, I guess after we conclude, or would you like to come up or anything? You are. Okay, yeah. But if you have questions, please, they're here for us, for our community. I want to thank everyone for coming here tonight, and that please, this is not a finite conversation in one line. This is a circle. Please let us know if you have learned of information that you may not feel comfortable in discussing here publicly. Please reach out to me. I can provide you my cell phone. You can shut off that. 516-807-0910. Again, some parents come to me with very sensitive information, and there is a way that we can pass that information along to verify and to make sure that your concerns are addressed. Mr. Ramos, you have extensive experience also in law enforcement, and you are a very active community leader. Would you like to say anything, Mr. Ramos?
One question I would ask is, in the event that there is inappropriate encounter with the public, what is the chain of custody for that device?
Well, it goes from the device into the cloud. It goes into the police department. As I said, this cadre of officers reviews it. They tag it to a particular incident or a complaint or a case, and then that is available for inspection through audit or through the district attorney's office for prosecution. So that's the chain of custody. Yes?
I guess as a follow-up, my concern is seeing that behavior fall out before someone is injured. So to the point about audit, what percentage of the film would you, or the tape, would you expect to be audited so that if police officers are using inappropriate behavior, that we would know it and be able to address it?
So that's a part of the policy that's still being developed. So in terms of the actual amount of audits and when they're being done, that's a part of the policy that will be developed and put on the website so residents of Nassau can see it. Okay. All right, listen, you guys have been terrific. It's hot in here. It's a nice summer night. We really appreciate you all coming out. And if you have any questions, please, Legislator Solages, thank you so much again for doing this. And we'll work with him to make sure you get your answers. Thank you very much for coming out.